To our colleagues, Mr. President, I rise with the deepest gratitude to my colleague, the gentleman from New Bedford, for leading this with tenacity, grit, impatience, which I believe it deserves, and a real commitment to right a wrong of epic proportions. Mr. President, I learned about this at a community meeting I held in Greenfield. It was a town hall. And at the end of the town hall, two constituents came up to me, and they came up to me with a big, thick folder. Their names were Mitch and Joan. And they said, "You need to understand what has happened to us." Senator Comerford, and I said, talk to me. And they told me that they owned a home in Greenfield. They were proud to own a home. They lived in a community. They loved their city of Greenfield. The COVID pandemic hit, and like so many of our constituents, they came upon really significantly hard times. And they fell behind in their taxes, Mitch and Joan. And instead of being helped, instead of finding a path forward, the city of Greenfield moved in to collect $65,000 in back taxes. Now, $65,000, as the gentleman suggests, is not a small amount of money for a small city. And that's why I believe this proposal offered by the gentleman is so important, because I do believe it recognizes the kind of nuance that is needed, the kind of understanding about a municipality's finances and what is required and due to that municipality. But Mitch and Joan had nowhere to go. Where would they, how would they even begin to fight this? Would they get a lawyer? What municipal official could help them? And so advocates did help them. They did get a lawyer. It was a long process, and they prevailed. But had they failed, they would have lost $275,000 in home equity, their sweat, their pain, their joy, the things that they were saving for. They would have lost it if they had not prevailed. Now, many people, as we know, don't prevail like Mitch and Joan did, and so they took it upon themselves, along with a constituent by the name of Al Norman, to raise my awareness and to join others around the state advocating for this. So it's been my privilege to serve them and understand this and file legislation, which of course was preceded by the gentleman's. And I'm deeply grateful to the gentleman for his leadership. I'm also deeply grateful to our Senate Chair and the Committee of Revenue for your stewardship of this issue, and to all our colleagues who are going to help us take this giant leap forward. I also, in the House, have a great partner in Representative Jeff Roy, and I just want to honor his commitment, longstanding commitment. Thank you, Mr. President.